G'day everybody, it's Danny from Botany Danny, a place where we talk all things green, all things plants, and sometimes occasionally we go on a wild walk. In this video, we're going to be talking about the proper way to water your pot plants. Let's get going! If you're looking for an effective way to water your plants, especially if you've got a lot of indoor pot plants, then do I have some cool tips for you. When you go to your local plant shop, you'll often see plants that are grown in pots like these. These are mass produced on a bigger scale so that the plants are easily distributed, easily transported, and they retain the nutrients that they need, especially with the soil that they've been grown in. Now, one of the things that I notice a lot of people do is that when they buy plants, first thing that they tend to do is to take it out of this pot and put it into another pot, and then they try to water it in that other pot, which is great, and I think that's a good thing to do, and I often do it with a lot of my outdoor plants. I've got a little nursery where I've got, ceramic pots that have holes in them so that when I water them, the soil remains moist, the water drains out, and it avoids things like root rot. But if you live in an apartment or a space where there is not a lot of space to put pots with holes at the bottom, then this is a different way to water them. So the first thing I would do is to leave the plant in this original pot. What I would then do is I would get a bucket that looks like this and fill it up with tap water. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that tap water does have chemicals that not all plants particularly like. It's got fluoride in it, which plants often try to expel through their leaves. Hence why sometimes you get these little brown tips. So if you're a little bit more self-conscious or plant conscious, you might want to let that tap water sit for a couple of days in the bucket before you actually do the watering. Alternatively, if you're lucky enough to have a little pond system nearby, a fish tank or an aquarium, then definitely use the water from that water source, because that water is going to have a lot of nutrients from not only the soil, the plants and the fish that live there, it's also going to be free from any of those chemicals. So to water your plant, what you want to do is take this entire plant pot and dunk it into the bucket of water. And you want to dunk it until the water completely submerges the base of the plant pot, like so. You kind of want to hold it there for at least a minute. And once that soil has completely been soaked by the water, so give it a little bit of time for the water to penetrate into the pot itself. You can see it looking very moist there. And you want to kind of at least soak it for about a minute. And then after that, you want to lift it out of the bucket and let the water drain like that. And the plastic pot that this plant comes in will actually hold all the soil together, and all the water from the pot will drip out the bottom. This ensures that the soil is actually completely saturated in water, but it also allowing it to drain like this and lifting it up for a couple of seconds afterward means that there isn't a pooling of water that occurs at the base of this pot, meaning that it does avoid the chances of it getting root rot. I then like to put it on a rack just for about 2 or 3 minutes, just so all of the excess water can kind of drain out. And after that, I put it back into its original pot, and this pot doesn't have holes in it, so I can put it back in its pot and back on my shelf in my apartment. So what do you think of this method of watering plants? Is it something that you've done before, or do you have another way to effectively water some of your favorite pot plants around your home? Please let me know in the comment section below. Now, if you found this video super helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more wholesome green botanical content. Otherwise, this is Danny signing out, and I hope your next plant experience is a relaxful and serene one. Goodbye.